What's up everybody, I'm Caroline.
I'm Griff.
And Griff, I have one question for you.
Go on then.
Where is Diablo 4?
I don't know. Jesus.
Well,
that's what we're going to find out though, Caroline!
Oh,
Blizzard has yet to announce anything even remotely official about its next installment in the legendary dungeon crawling series. I almost said drungeon. But that doesn't mean we can't do a bit of good old digging around to bring you everything that's known so far.
Exactly, and there is a lot of info floating around out there, isn't there?
So much
Like
info.
the potential release date, or what we think it will play like, and even what some of the early adventures of the game were like.
Let's just get into it right now.
We'll start by saying yes, Diablo 4 is a thing. While not officially recognised or spoken of by Blizzard, we know it's happening. And we know it's happening because of a bit of reporting by Kotaku's Jason Schreier, who recently published an article about the future of Diablo 4. In it, several anonymous developers at Blizzard confirm the game is indeed being worked on.
And to be honest, you'd kind of expect that to be the case. Diablo 3 launched way back in 2012, and its last expansion, Reaper of Souls, was almost 5 years ago. The unnamed devs in that Kotaku piece detail some of the previous iterations of Diablo 4 they've worked on, and it's interesting stuff. So we're going to be telling you about what those iterations were, why they didn't work, and what Diablo 4 currently looks like. Over to Caroline, who's right there actually.
According to reports, the first version of Diablo 4 was codenamed Hades, and weirdly, it wasn't an isometric dungeon crawler. Instead, your viewpoint was shifted over the shoulder.
Viewpoint?
Did I say it weird?
Yeah.
Instead, your viewpoint was shifted over the shoulder to something resembling Dark Souls, though the familiar looting gameplay was said to have remained intact. That could have been fun, but at the same time, it doesn't sound very Diablo, right? I mean, like, compared to the first game.
Yeah, not really. That's probably why it was shelved. The head of development on codename Hades was Josh Mosquera. I think I'm pronouncing that right, Josh Mosquera or something. Anyway, sorry Josh, but he directed Reaper of Souls. His team worked on Hades from 2014 to 2016 until Blizzard cancelled the project. Around the same time, Mosquera left Blizzard for unknown reasons. Maybe his departure prompted the cancellation, or maybe he left because it was cancelled. All we know is that Hades is gone, but there's something new in its place.
And that new thing in Hades' place is a project codenamed Fenris. This is widely understood to be the current version of Diablo 4, and it's in development right now. Now, let's talk about that name Fenris, the name also given to a massive wolf from Norse mythology. Now, projects are codenamed all sorts of things for all sorts of reasons, but that surely can't be a coincidence.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe Diablo 4 is aiming to pivot away from hell and demons and into an untapped Norse world of Thor and Odin and Ragnarok. Maybe, but you know, it's just as likely Blizzard chose codename Fenris because, you know, it just sounds cool, doesn't it?
It does sound pretty cool. What we do know is that a select few members of the old Hades team moved on to Fenris, while the rest shifted over to making content for Diablo 3. Most notably the Rise of the Necromancer character update that came out in 2017. It's likely the majority of ex-Hades devs have been going full steam on Diablo 4 since then, which should shorten the wait for it considerably.
Trains don't go beep beep, do they?
No.
Is it annoying if I go, wow?
Yes.
In terms of visual style, Diablo 4 is said to be a much darker and grosser version of the Diablo universe than we saw in 3. The developers want to bring back all the blood and gothic nastiness that we remember from the first two Diablos, distancing themselves from the other friendlier games in the Blizzard range like Hearthstone, Overwatch.
And that's probably a good move. We need more gothic nastiness, right?
Oh, for sure, yes.
One of the core design philosophies is said to be embrace the darkness.
Give it a big old hug.
So that'll mean grim graveyards, foul dungeons, and vile enemies, probably with blood and sick on them and stuff.
Yeah.
The devs are said to be aiming to focus in on what people were afraid of in Diablo 2, but make it stylish and gruesome enough for modern audiences.
And on the subject of the camera angle, it's still an ongoing conversation. Fenris might still use the over-the-shoulder viewpoint prototype for Hades, or keep it classic with a zoomed-out isometric perspective. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see, right?
So we know a playable build of Diablo 4 exists right now, and that it'll probably be isometric since the over-the-shoulder angle seems to have been ditched, and that it'll look all grim and nasty. But there is another aspect we know about, and that is the multiplayer side of things. Diablo 4 again allegedly will be a more sociable game than ever.
The development team is said to be taking inspiration from Destiny's hub areas in which players can group up for co-op activities and have a little dance, you know, maybe do some high fives like this. She said she wasn't going to leave me hanging. She did it. Anyway, here in Diablo, that would likely be an instance dungeon or a mission of sorts. Group up for a mission in the hub area, you know. Diablo 3 had the hub town of New Tristram and Caldium, which contained NPC citizens and vendors. So, you know, it's not really a stretch to imagine a similar place full of human players to squad up with and embark on quests on and high-five each other.
You know, I'd actually really welcome that. And a more sociable Diablo would give new players incentive to join in.
Yeah, for sure. The whole social thing feels more in line with other Blizzard games as well, so let's do it. Oh, she did it! That was a strong one. Look at my high-five technique. Hold your hand up. Okay.
As well as how Diablo 4 may look and play, we've also been dropped hints about how it will be monetized. And monetization is a priority for Blizzard, given how its current titles are built around extracting funds from players over the course of months and even years.
Yeah, like Overwatch loot boxes. They've extracted all my funds.
Yeah.
Hearthstone car packs as well.
Yeah, and also don't forget Warcraft subscriptions. So many of my friends have
the
those.
original, yeah, exactly, Warcraft subscriptions. How much have they spent on those? Fucking loads of money.
Too much money! But how monetization will work in Diablo 4 is up in the air. But one thing is for sure, it'll have to be a lot better than Diablo 3's auction house.
Boo!
Auction
house.
Which everybody hates.
Yeah, that was pretty much a disaster. It got axed, didn't it?
I think so, yeah.
It got axed. So maybe Diablo, the next Diablo will make money by convincing you to pay for skins or mounts or emotes or tags. Basically, whatever ways Blizzard keeps Diablo 4 profitable, you can probably expect it to be fairer and less bad than its previous failed experiment of the awful auction house. There was a whole lot of backlash when mobile game Diablo Immortal was revealed at the last BlizzCon.
So much, I remember it.
Yeah, back in October 2018, but don't worry because it's not cancelling out or even pushing back other projects. I knew you were a bit worried about that. Diablo Immortal and Diablo 4, they're not the same game. They're being developed by different teams in different divisions. So although Diablo Immortal is coming out here, Immortal is actually targeted more at the Chinese market.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Blizzard did the research and determined a mobile Diablo would just do really great in China.
That's good. So it's not like they, massively misjudged the expectations of Diablo fans in the West then. And another reason Immortal is actually a good thing is because it's keeping Blizzard developers happy. Some of them are used to working on games for, like 5 or 10 years and welcome a lot of projects. In fact, another group is actually developing a Warcraft mobile game right now, and it won't push back any PC Warcraft plans, and Immortal won't affect any development on Diablo 4, so we're good.
So quit your worrying.
Quit your jibber jabber.
Quit your jibber jabber.
Where's
that from?
I don't know where that's from.
Mr. T, A-Team.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Cut the bullshit. When can we expect to see Diablo 4?
When, Griff?
I was asking you.
No, I'm asking you.
Well, there's evidence to support the theory we're about to see official news on Diablo very soon. Anonymous sources inside Blizzard say that an announcement was actually planned for the last BlizzCon. That's a BlizzCon, along with a playable demo on the show floor. It just wasn't ready in time.
Blizzard obviously doesn't want to announce a game until it's absolutely ready. Keeping quiet is the smarter option than promising a game and then not delivering it.
Ah, for sure. The good news is a Blizzard rep wrote on the official forums late last year, "We have many plans for Diablo across multiple projects which we'll be revealing over the course of the coming year. We prefer to show you rather than tell you about them." Very tantalizing.
It is, isn't it? And with everything else we've heard about Diablo 4 so far, surely one of those announcements has to be for the next main game in this series. We'll almost certainly see a Diablo 4 reveal this year. But as for when you'll get to play it,
When?
that's something no one outside of Blizzard could possibly know, not even me. Diablo 3 took over a decade to make, so our advice is just to trust that Blizzard won't show you anything until it's good and ready.
Yeah, rest assured, Diablo 4 is 100% in development as we speak right now.
Right now.
We're speaking right now, it's in development.
Right now.
Now.
So that's everything you know about Diablo 4 so far.
It's quite a lot, to be honest.
It is, right? And just to recap, according to anonymous sources at Blizzard, it's been in development in some form or another since 2014, and it's going to embrace the dark visual style of its predecessors.
Yeah, it will have more multiplayer features as well, and potentially have a new social hub. It will solve the problem of how to monetize Diablo, or at least try to. So expect an official announcement without all this speculation next year. This year. Fuck. This year.
And of course, if you enjoyed our video, please do give it a like, subscribe to PC Games N, and ring that alert bell to stay up to date on all of our videos. We will see you next time.
See you later.
Bye bye.
It's only 7 minutes till lunchtime.